closer. Oh, this is my wonderful cannelloni. Salmon cannelloni made from leeks instead of pasta tube, and no pre-cooking of the filling. So quick and easy and simple, but um, simple but effective. Hi everyone, Rina here. Tim and Rina's Italian lifestyle. Remember that name? Don't forget to subscribe. It's on your left hand side screen. Yes, so subscribe. Please do subscribe so you don't forget, so you don't miss any of our new videos to come. So today's recipe, I'm going to show you how to cook salmon cannelloni. It's very long name for Italian. Cannelloni because it's plural. It's obviously, I'm not making just one. So here is the one of the ingredients. This particular cannelloni is not the traditional that you use pasta and you have to cook the filling first, which is basically meat. So I changed all of those. Let's go for another. Instead of pasta, which is some people are prepared to be a little bit lighter than pasta. So I come to this recipe that leeks, the wonderful vegetable leeks. So it's no making pasta here and no pre-cooking the filling and no need to bake everything in one pan in this in front of me. So let's start cooking. Let me show you the prep here. First, I'm going to cut the salmon about an inch thick here into cubes because I want to put this in a food processor to make the filling. So I have my little helper here, food processor, and that's about the size that I want that the food processor can take. So in we go, one in here, in there. Doing this is not going, there's no pre-cooking of the filling. I have to tell you that again. That's so the salmon, by the way, is the skin has been removed and all the pin bones has been pecked by if you have gadgets that will help you, but I'm using tweezers, which works fantastically well. So in goes into the food processor, if you can see, and I'm just putting them in. Now that's all. Yeah, that's about. I don't want to make it pate, so just roughly chopped. So keep going. This is, by the way, is about 8 ounces for 200 grams. Yeah, Samore? Yeah, 200 grams. So I'll tell you the rest of the ingredients as I go along. And I'll show you to do the leek. So I already cut the top off, and that's the leek. Very nice and long. So put that away. And now I'm cutting the roots. And now what you do is make a slit, one cut on the side of the leek, and you see what I mean, and then you can peel it off just like book, basically envelope, or yeah, and then
a sleeve, that's what cannelloni means.
Cannelloni di Salmone ai Porri. Porri, this is Italian, Porri. Italian, leeks is Porri in Italian. So
you're using the leek as a tube instead of pasta.
Yes, well, yes, Tim says I'm using leek as the tube for cannelloni.
Instead of pasta.
Yeah, well, I use this because it's lighter and it's new and it's my invention. So we have to, so next prep we have to do here is you must blanch the leek before you can use it, because it's not gonna work if you put the filling without blanching it. So in those, you can do this in advance. This is part of the prep. You can do this in advance and let it cool before you use it. So it's still easier to make pasta and all these heavy, starchy. Some people prefer lighter pasta, so lighter than pasta. So here I'm giving you the idea. So this is for you. It's for you to cook at home. So this is that's about ready. See how flexible, bendable, and you can roll it easily like so. Look at that. Look, I put it back a little in a while. Put it back in a minute, and then when that happened, that crack, don't worry, you just fold it, and maybe this one will have a little bit of problem folding it because it's really split into two. So, but we can still use it. It's just smaller roll. It's like, look at that, how beautiful it is. Goes. I do love leeks. I do. And this is the time to use it because there's so many good lure cannelloni. Please, okay, just be careful not to burn your hand. Even if I have asbestos hand, I still careful. So look how beautiful they are. They're already ready. And I want this thin one. Look how silky they are. It's almost like silk fabric. For another end. Okay, one more flip, and now we are ready to. While that's doing, I'm moving into the next step. This is step-by-step recipe, and this is my recipe. Yeah, mine. So let me move in here while that one is doing. So this is the salmon that the filling that I put in food processor. See, they are not. It's not like mousse or pate. Still have a little bit of chunky bits in there, which I prefer. If you want to make it fine and smoother, you decide. It's your kitchen. You're the boss. Oh, come on. What's wrong with you? Okay, why are you not? He doesn't want to remove.
Use a spatula.
Okay. The salmon is already there, and now I want to put the seasoning. I have a teaspoon of garlic powder in there. Half a teaspoon of salt in there, and of course, once I mentioned the salt, next is black pepper, freshly ground black pepper. These are my flavorings. You can add more flavoring if you wish, but these are my great combination. And in we go. So I have a tablespoon of chopped parsley. You can use basil. You can use any soft herbs, and mix it. Let me roll my sleeves because I could use like a bottle here. Um, so So one last ingredient, not last. So in here I have 2 tablespoons of mashed potato. Yes, I know, I want to be known to be using mashed potato for my ingredients, my recipe. So I'm mixing it there. You know why? Because the mashed potato make the filling nice, light and fluffy, and instead of using egg and breadcrumbs actually doesn't make the filling uh, light. Instead it makes it dense and hard. It's almost like I can break the fork. So that's why I come across of using um, mashed potato. So, so this is basically the filling for the cannelloni, and now it's ready, and we're ready to do the roll. No rule. So rolling, 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 rolling. I can't tell you rolling cigar because I never roll cigar. How to roll? We have 5 already, and I think I got too excited of my portion. I only get 7. Yeah, 7 to I said 8 to 10. So
Now, the question to you, are you going to use the stove there?
yes,
Oh.
when I moved there.
Okay.
Okay. And this, wait a second, let me just do this and I'll tell you the next step. The next step, so we don't mix up on the lesson. Okay, this go and roll and roll and roll. Che buono, che bella, che bella. Okay, and this, I think I have one here. Yeah, here. Fantastic, fantastical. So in goes. No, I want to start here. I want to start there. Qui, va bene. Okay, so I made, for 200 grams, I made generous 8. Very big size. So when you do it, it's up to you. You can make it smaller, you can make it bigger. So when we move to the cooking time, then I'll tell you how long you cook it. Okay, now one last bit here, and believe me, that is going to hold without egg, without. So let's move. Let's put the thing here so you can see. That's the hard work. The reward. This is the reward, by the way. Nothing hard work in the kitchen. So in order to cook it, we're going to use a cup of tomato sauce, passata in Italiano. So I'll put it there because we're not going to cook it in the oven. I'm going to cook it in the on top of the stove. Yeah, I don't want to waste any of this tomato sauce at the bottom. So I put a little bit of water. So in that. So where is my spoon now? I'm using the same spoon what I used for. So I don't need to put any salt.
we can always adjust it later on. So in goes um, one in there. I'll put 2, 3, 4,
5, 6, 7 actually. It's great. So now I'm going to put the lid, switch on the heat. I'm going to put this heat for high heat to begin with, and when it's boiled, and we leave it to simmering point for 10 to 15 minutes to 25 minutes. That's, yeah, because it's salmon, so it's no long cooking. So, and then just before the end of the cooking, we'll add the cheese. So let's put the lid on first, okay?
So let's see, let's have a look. It's boiling now. Yeah, it's bubbling away. It's bubbling away, and then we just lower the heat, and we'll come back in another 10 minutes, and then after 10 minutes, I'm going to put cheese. Lovely cheese. Cannelloni has got cheese, of course. Let's have a look what's underneath this lid. And it's bubbling, bubble, 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 and bubbling nicely. And we're going to put cheese because cannelloni has got cheese. Now you decide if you want cheese or not. It's your choice. This is Parmigiano Reggiano, Parmesan cheese. You can use any melting cheese you have in your area. And I like loads of cheese. I know. This is what it called keto friendly. I have no idea what keto means. No, scrap that. Keto friendly. Keto friendly means they don't like anything with carbohydrates, or they want to have a low carb diet. Low carb diet. I'm putting the lid back just basically to melt the cheese. So in fact, you don't even need to put the lid again. It's already melting. So I want to put it back just to make me happy. Look how beautiful it is. Gorgeous. So the cheese got melted. So now I'm ready to plate. So here we go. In we go. I'm putting the green because it makes it prettier. And it looks like Italian flag I have here. White, red, and green. Okay, here. So I'll show you. I'll show you the beauty of this dish. Is I can't get it. I can't get it. So in we go. All those cheeses. Put it away. I think 3 for me will do for my main course. I'm greedy. So, oh, it's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So yummy. So yum, yum. Mm. Do try this recipe and let me know when I see you again for my next video. It isn't difficult. This recipe is very easy, very quick to cook, less preparation. That's why it's no pre-cooking for the filling. Yes? Okay. Here it is. Look at that. Just look at that. And just to show you, there it is. Look, from the pan. There. Copy. So please do subscribe for our channel so you don't miss any of our new videos to come. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you for my next video. Ciao, ciao for now.
I just want to show you that the filling is right there, intact, no, without eggs and breadcrumbs, and